Yeah, back again for the next segment. You
No doubt.
already know. A lot of things going on in the sports world. We touching on them.
No
So
doubt.
now I want to talk about one of the feel-good stories of the NFL season to this point, the resurrection of the Tennessee Titans.
VY10.
Exactly. Now, I had wrote an article on the fam that you can go check out, and I said that inadvertently the Titans had given Vince the best scenario possible
Right.
to bring his career back.
Right.
Because if he would have got back on the field from an injury or a fluke, it would have been like, well, if Kerry was here, he would have did this. Well,
Right.
for them to go 0-6, that was the perfect setup for the say, if you can dig us out of this hole,
Right.
okay, you back.
Right.
It's nothing else that can be said about
Exactly.
you. You know what I mean? And he doing it so far. So what you think about the Titans, Vince, and this whole turnaround?
I think it's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, to only have lost like one game and that was to the Colts. You know what I'm saying? It's a game a lot of people didn't really expect them to win anyway. I mean, you know, you're feeling the momentum of the 5-game swing or whatever. Would have been great, would have been awesome. But what I'm really enjoying about it is not only the tear that Chris Johnson has been on, which he's still kind of like a few yards off the pace of Eric Dickerson's NFL record for rushing yards in a season. But watching the way Vince Young is playing quarterback right now is just absolutely awesome. That comeback win against the Cardinals, I'm seeing a quarterback making his reads. And not only that game, I've seen it in other games. He's making his reads. He's doing the right thing. If he has to tuck and go, he's tucking and running with the football. But what these guys are doing, they're rallying around VY10. The defense is playing better. You know, getting Cortland Finnegan back, getting some other guys back that have been a little injured, you know, a little nicked up, banged up, or whatever. They're playing with a different type of momentum right now, a different type of confidence, and I like what they're doing. They've got a chance to win the rest of their games and possibly make a playoff run and really turn the season around. Now, speaking of who you roll with, we know how you get down. Now, the fans out there, they don't see the kid bear it up. You know, it's a reason for that, man. I told you what's going on with us, man. I'm not really feeling what's going on right now, and it's for a lot of reasons. You know, I'm not jerseyed up, jade out all the time. You know how I get it in, Jersey Mike in the building, Jerzeeworld forever. That's how I roll. But talking about my team, we got a lot of work to do. I'm going to give you guys some little insight on what I think we need to do, what I know we need to do. Definitely got to get more athletic on the offensive line, no question about it. Forte is not struggling by accident, team. It's not by accident. We've hung our hat on Jay Cutler. We signed him to the extension. He's our quarterback going forward. We got a franchise caliber guy. Now you have to get playmakers and play for him. All right? I'm not really saying that we don't have those guys. I like Olsen. I like Hester. I like Forte. I like what those guys represent. It's got a lot to do with the offensive coordinator, man. Ron Turner, I'm not really trying to put you on blast because we looking real 95-ish out there, man. The offense is like mad predictable. All right, Eric Kramer is not our quarterback. Jeff Graham is not walking through that door. Curtis Conway's not walking through that door. He's too busy laying up with Layla Ali. All right, he's good.
That's a good move, by the way. That's the
awesome
best catch
look. Curtis
of
Conway,
his
that's
career.
the best catch of your career, bro.
No doubt.
College, pro, whatever. But Bears, we got some work to do. There's no way we're supposed to be an 8-loss team right now with about 3 to go, man. We're looking horrible right now. You guys are playing like you're trying to get Lovey fired, all right? I'm not feeling it, but I tell you what, if that's the move, if we're not going to retain Love anymore, we better make a splash for one of these big guys that are out here. But we've got to get our offense together. We've got to get our defense together. Our defense is not knocking people's heads off. We're not getting people off the field on third down. We're not running the football. We're not trying to run the football. Every time another team gets the ball, they run down and get points. I'm not trying to go Jim Moore on you, but you know what I'm getting at. On the other hand, your guys are keeping it moving. You guys still got a chance for the playoffs. Big win against Arizona. What do you see you guys doing the rest of the way out?
Most definitely. We trying to build that identity. And identity is a big thing in the league because you just said the key. When you said the Bears not stopping people on defense, that's like telling me the Ravens not stopping me. Once the Ravens not, you see where they at. Once the Ravens not a good defense, it's over. You know, and that's what you say about the Bears. So here you have Singletary, a former Bear, trying to build this identity. And you can see the pieces of it. I'm real excited. It's a disappointment to be in a position now hanging on by a thread for the playoffs. But when you have, 4 or 5 losses by 4 or fewer points or something crazy, it's being close. And you can see the pieces. And it's been a filling out process. So Niners fam, be patient. A lot of people out there frustrated. They calling for the offensive coordinator here. Jimmy Rader made some questionable calls, but it's like they all figuring each other out. So they started out running Frank Gore. It's like they panicked when the criticism came in. Oh, he's running too much. Now we in shotgun. Now all of a sudden we a spread team on first down and you throwing too much and it got ridiculous. Well, against Arizona, it's like, okay, we figuring out this balance here. So it's like a balancing act. And every team is banged up at this time of year. But in this case, the injuries have actually, if injuries can ever be a good thing for the Niners, it might have been a good thing this year because you have people like Nate Clemens out. You have Shante Spencer, Terrell Brown, these young cats stepping in. You have 3 offensive linemen, key offensive linemen hurt. The guy that they brought in, Tony Pashos, to replace an injured offensive lineman is hurt. Right. Barry Sims playing out his mind at left tackle for Staley. So guess what happens when they all come back? Next year, the secondary is going to be extra deep. The line is going to be extra deep when everybody healthy. The wide receiver core is deep. For the first time in years, we don't have to spend a high draft pick on a skilled player. I'm excited about the future, but right. I don't want to keep talking about the future.
Right.
At some point, I want to talk about the present.
Exactly.
So let's run the table. Finish 9-7. You finish 9-7. All the other tiebreakers and stuff can go out the window. Some slot is going to be there. I guarantee 9-7 is going to get you in somebody's playoff picture. So I'm kind of pleased, man, because I can actually see the seeds and I see them sprouting and I see what's up. You know what I mean? So I can't complain too much. Let's go Niners. What's popping?
I could feel that. Well, we done went to the future. We done went back to the present. Speaking of the present, we're about to get into these Super Bowl predictions. You know, your kid ate like a big slice of humble pie before the show. I mean, there's no way my Super Bowl 20 rematch is going to happen this year. I mean, the Bears, they aren't going to make it unless they have, like, tickets to Miami or something. But New England, I don't know. Will they make a push? They can. They're built for it. I don't know. A lot of things have to show up for them to make it. But Super Bowl prediction time now. We got to kind of go back. You may still be in good shape as far as your predictions are concerned. Me, on the other hand, I'm not. All right? What I'm looking at, I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon. I mean, it is looking kind of New Orleans, Indianapolis, coldish right now. But things can happen, man. A lot of things can happen. You know how the playoffs are. Who do you think will actually be in the Super Bowl this year?
My original picks, like I said at the beginning, were Philadelphia and New England.
Mm-hmm.
I'm off that as far as New England. I don't see it. That defense is too leaky. They tried to go young too fast. Yeah. It works a lot of time, but they went too fast. I'm going to stick with Philly, though, because I went with them, and I just feel like sooner or later it has to happen, and they getting better as the season go on. And on the AFC side, I'm going to pick a team that's also getting better as they go along in San Diego. One of these years they're going to have to win it. Like I say, they got fear in the Colts' minds and hearts. They have to because they beat these dudes a lot in the playoffs. I think it's 3 times they done put them out in the last 5-6 years, whatever the case may be. So, Philly and San Diego, I'm thinking right now.
Philly and San Diego sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and chalk it up, baby. I'm going New Orleans and Indy. They looking too good right now, you know? So we'll see what happens, man, because my predictions are out the window. And that's really going to wrap up this second segment. We're going to holler back at y'all, segment 3. So stay tuned, baby. Sportsfam TV.
Most definitely.